A shocking news, a controversial US immigration move could see Nigerian visa applicants forced to pay a whopping $15,000 bond just to visit America. Why now? What's behind this drastic step? And how could it reshape US-Nigeria relations? Well, let's dive into the story. Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as That Mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Kandico. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe for more global news breakdown. Today's topic, a visa policy proposal that's sending shockwaves amongst or across Africa, most especially amongst Nigerians and amongst my people. Yes. Anyway, let me explain the policy proposal. So the Trump era policy, recently revived in diplomatic reports, seeks to impose bonds between $5,000 and $15,000 on visa applicants from countries deemed high risk for overstaying their visas. Yes, and Nigeria tops the list. Recently, the UK government mentioned this probably not quite long ago, and Nigeria made the list of three other countries who are most likely to claim asylum if their visa runs out. So those countries are Nigeria is number 1, Pakistan is number 2, and Sri Lanka is the third country. Yes. Where is this idea from, or what's this idea about? Travelers must deposit the money as a guarantee they will return home. If they don't, the US keeps the bond. Though initially floated during Trump's presidency in 2020, recent reports indicate that this concept has gained fresh traction due to growing concerns about Nigeria's internal database inefficiencies. Biko, I am just asking you, do we Nigerians, do we have a database at all? I am just asking innocently because we too plenty, so there's no way. Anyway, why target Nigeria? That's the question everybody's asking. So why is Nigeria being singled out? According to a report, US embassy officials have repeatedly flagged issues with Nigeria's national identification and tracking systems. We too plenty for Nigeria. They don't get our record. Unlike countries with robust digital databases, Nigeria struggles with fragmented records, outdated ID systems. They even failed with INEC. And in fact, difficulties verifying who actually lives or overstays their visa. Guys, do you know if there's any record of that being kept at all? Let me know in the comment section. So this makes it harder for US immigration to enforce laws, with overstay rates historically high among some Nigerian travelers. Officials argue that bonds could act as a deterrent. That is, you pay $15,000, you come in. If you're going back home, you collect your money and you go, okay? It's a signal that the US is no longer willing to accept incomplete cooperation on enforcement. Critics have warned about what this move could actually cause, that this move could have serious consequences, both diplomatic and economic, right? Nigerians make up one of the largest African student populations in the US, and many families struggle just to pay tuition fees. Adding a $15,000 bond could make studying abroad dreams completely unreachable, and I'm sure you will agree with me. Business travelers, medical tourists, and cultural visitors would also be affected. Exactly, especially those traveling for emergencies or conferences. So, which means they'll have to drop $15,000. Diplomatic experts fear retaliatory action from Nigeria or other African nations as well. It could unravel progresses in US-Africa relations, especially at a time where China and other global powers are stepping up their influence on the continent. Yes, I know we all heard what happened between US and China. TikTok, remember? So, is this policy final? Here is a key point. This policy is not yet finalized. No official rule has been published in the US yet. That means there's still time for pushback revisions or for the idea to die altogether. But the fact that it's back on the table is telling a tale. It reflects a broader trend of tightening immigration rules and making or raising the costs literally of visiting America. You get $50,000, you enter. You don't have, stay back. So what does this mean for you? If you are a Nigerian citizen planning to visit the US for studies, business, or tourism, stay alert, okay? If this rule is passed, visa officers could demand a non-refundable security bond upfront. It could be $5,000, it could be $15,000. That means you might need to raise thousands of dollars before your trip is even approved. Advocacy groups are now already mobilizing, urging the Nigerian government to improve its citizen database and push back against policies seen as discriminatory. How they are telling you guys to start having a record of the people that are living in your country, your own people, and you're saying discriminatory? No. Anyway, other serious implications for Nigerian students includes one, massive financial burden. Nigerian students already face high tuition fees anyways, visa fees, service fees, and living expenses when planning to study in the US. Adding an extra non-refundable bond of $5,000 or $15,000 could push the total upfront cost beyond reach for many families, which means that even if refundable, that amount is still difficult to raise, especially when converted into naira. So at the current FX rate, that would be about 20 million, 30 million naira plus. Implication again, fewer study opportunities. Yeah, many qualified Nigerian students could abandon their US plans altogether because some may turn to countries with more student-friendly fees, student-friendly policies like Canada. Canada is known to be good with students. The UK in a way is still good. Germany is good, or Australia, which already attracts tens of thousands of Nigerian students. 3, your visas could be delayed or denied. If bonds become discretionary, left to the judgment of consular officers, it could increase the uncertainty and inconsistency of the visa process, which means that students may face longer processing times and more rejections, particularly if they can't raise the bond, the amount $15,000 or extra $5,000. Number 4, yes, loss of academic and global exposure. Yes, many Nigerians use US education as a launch pad into global careers in tech, medicine, law, and academia. Restricting these access means fewer students will benefit from world-class facilities, research programs, and international networks. So, question is, why do Nigerians study abroad anyway, especially in the US? Let me know in the comment section. Nigerian students consistently rank among the top African student populations abroad. And here's why. Let me break it down to you guys so you know why. The reason why Nigerian students study abroad is because, one, higher quality education. US institutions offer access to world-class professors, labs, and research resources that are often limited in Nigeria. Number 2, why Nigerian students study in America. Global recognition. A US degree is widely respected worldwide, which boosts employability in global industries. And I'm sure you agree with me. Yes. Number 3, why we study in America. Better career opportunities. Graduates often get opportunities for optional practical training, which is OPT, internship, and even longer term employment in the US. And you could get your settlement at the end of the day if you're being good. Number 4, why Nigerian students go to the US to study. Access to cutting edge fields like artificial intelligence, data science, aerospace, and biotechnology are more advanced in the US, attracting Nigeria's most or brightest students. And number 5, Nigerian student networks. With thousands of Nigerian students already in the US schools, with thousands of Nigerian students already in US schools, the social support system makes transitioning easier for newcomers. Again, the bottom line is this: if this policy is implemented, number 1, studying in the US could become a luxury only for the Omobabolowos in Nigeria. 2, it may widen the gap between those who can access global education and those who cannot access global education. Number 3, if this policy is being signed in, students and families may start favoring alternative destinations that are more welcoming and affordable. And yes, I think we should encourage other alternatives, right? But what could the Nigerian government actually do to keep students in Nigeria and to motivate studying? Okay, 1, advise the Nigerian government now upgrade public universities nationwide. And what actions could we necessarily get from this? Modernize infrastructure, like that is renovate lecture halls, dormitories, labs, and libraries to meet international standards, provide computers, provide handheld devices, invest in equipment and internet. Many Nigerian universities lack functioning science labs, reliable internet, or modern tech tools. Ensure regular electricity and water on campus, and security as well on campus. Number 2, what you can do to keep Nigerian students studying in Nigeria: improve teaching quality and research capacity. And what actions is required of this? Fund teacher training programs and international collaborations. Not be the one who say teachers are not even qualified to even teach the subject they are teaching. Introduce merit-based hiring and promotion for lecturers. Get them recognized as well. 3, increase research grants and academic exchange programs. Let them travel back and forth exchange programs. 4, tackle sorting, bribery, and other corrupt academic practices. If you don't get rid of all of this, education is going to be hard in Nigeria. 3, increase education funding and end ASU strikes. Yes, that one is a major one. 1, raise education funding to at least 15 to 20% of the national budget. UNESCO recommends 26% for that anyways, but we know it is Nigeria. 2, honor agreements with ASU and other education unions. 3, set up an independent funding body for universities. So what can the government also do to ensure Nigerian students are actually studying in Nigeria? Create employment pathways after graduation. That is, 1, connect universities to industry and private sector via internship programs, tech hubs, and graduate schemes. Graduate roles, before they finish final year, open graduate schemes for them. 2, support student entrepreneurship with grants, incubators, and mentorship, which I've never come across before. 3, reform NYSC to be skill-based, not bureaucratic. Not bureaucratic. 5, develop world-class specialized institutions. That is, build centers of excellence in high-demand fields. And you and I know what the high-demand fields are: AI, fintech, health, agriculture, renewable energy, and many more. Also, attract diaspora experts to teach or mentor students in Nigeria. That will be another new venture that you can actually introduce. Partner with global universities for dual degree programs delivered locally. That would help keep Nigerian students in Nigeria. Also, promote Nigerian universities globally. That is, improve university rankings by supporting research and international publications. You can create scholarships to attract African students from other African countries, not necessarily other African countries, but other countries in the world. You can also showcase Nigerian institutions on platforms like QS or Times Higher Education. Guys, am I making sense? Let me know in the comment section. So, in summary, what must Nigeria do to keep students from leaving? The thing is this: fix the root problems such as infrastructure, instability, and joblessness and insecurity. 2, invest intentionally in education, not just politically, and I'm sure you can tell what is going on right now. 3, treat higher education as a national security and development priority. And here is my final take. Okay, what do you think? Is the US justified in asking for visa bonds, or is this unfair and they are just targeting African nations, especially Nigerians? Do let me know in the comment section. Okay, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, join my membership, and don't forget to share this video with anyone planning to travel, because I'm going to be keeping track of this story as it develops, and I shall see you in another video. And thanks for watching. All right, bye.